today our main theme will be how to plug KRNL into your Web3 projects, and it's nice that Fred has introduced himself. So, and more of today, the main theme is to see in real life how KRNL would get to be integrated within our projects. So getting started, these are more of the prerequisites and environment setup. So more of the required software stack is more of Node.js, and also for the smart contract development, I know most of us have heard about Foundry or even Hard Hat, but we'll be using more of Foundry, and these are the more of the installation commands and checking how they are used to integrate into your project. So also we have more about the wallet configuration. Oops, I think I need to admit one person. Okay, so let me get back to my slides. So yeah, as I was saying about the extension, we have the wallet configuration such as MetaMask. I'll be showing you in a while more of the MetaMask extension. So this is more of the browser for Web3 interactions. We also have the networks that you need to set up within the MetaMask. So for KRNL use cases, we'll be using Sepolia testnet and also the Oasis Sapphire testnet too. And also for the configuration setups, we also require our private key, which we need to export it. So I'll also show you how it's done from your MetaMask. So also the API key setups, these are the API key setups that you need to have. So more of the Etherscan API, there's the wallet connect project IDs, and also the KRNL platform API, more of the KRNL registration. So yeah, I'll just be giving a more of a brief summary of what we talked about within the last meetup. So as I said, that KRNL is more of a technology built for even Web 2 and also for the Web 3. So in this slide, I'll be just giving a short, precise summary of how integration of KRNL with Web 2 projects. So more of the first, we need to understand the challenges. So there is more of existing infrastructure such as the database, APIs, and the user authentication, more of even the business logic, complex workflows, integration, and compliance. Also, we do have user experience, familiar interface, but no wallet complexity, and migration risks, disrupting working systems also. So more of the benefits, there's more of the benefits for Web2 apps. It's more of gradual adoption, more of adding blockchain features incrementally. So also there's no user friction, backend logic integration, and familiar frontend. As I said, I believe more of us are conversant with Next.js, more of JavaScript. So enhanced security also, cryptographic verification and immutable records. Also more about new revenue streams. Once you get to register your KRNLs, I believe Fred will go through that. In the meantime, you'll get to understand what I mean over here: new revenue streams, token economies, cross-platform payments also, and also the interoperability functionality connecting with the Web3 ecosystem, and not just only one chain but also multiple chains. So just a sec. Okay, so this is more of the implementation strategy. So phase one, there is a backend blockchain integration via kernels, and then more of the add-on optional Web3 features for power users, and also it can be more of a full or a hybrid Web2 Web3 experience also. So also within the Web3 integration overview, so more about the cross-chain functionality, as I mentioned before earlier. More about the cross-chain functionality and privacy features. So whereby we find within the Web3 space, there are challenges such as network fragmentation. So you find that assets are locked within one single chain, and you cannot access other. There's no like a bridge between interaction with other chains. So also there is more of high gas fees. As you all know, like within the Ethereum mainnet transaction, the costs are much higher. And also there's a privacy limitations as to public transaction visibilities, complex UX, multiple wallets, network switching, and also security risks such as bridge vulnerabilities and also smart contract bugs. So here more of the key benefits for Web3 apps that implement the kernel technology is more of a true multi-chain, whereby we have the assets and logic across multiple networks, native privacy, confidential computation, and also encrypted state. Also optimized gas, and also intelligent routing to lowest cost networks. Also we have enhanced security, more formal verification and cryptographic proofs, so that will be more touched by Fred in also token authority. And also unified UX, single interface for multiple chain interactions. Also there's more of these advanced features, more about zero knowledge, proven integration, automated compliance, reporting, privacy, preserving analytics, automated compliance, and all those. But that's not the main thing that we'll be focusing on today. So and more of the resources here. I believe I will share the link to this so that you could get the links as easy. So I think that's it. So I'll just head to the other aspect about now getting insight to the kernel documentation and getting to see how best it will work for us. So just give me a sec. Nimebeba chaja yangu uko kwa bag yangu ndio hapa. Okay, we are back again. So yeah, so this is more about, I'll be taking you through the kernel documentation and how best it works for everyone. So I'll just navigate over here and get to how best we could get started with kernel. So initially we have two ways of I believe on the last meeting is there a question? Okay, Dinga, go ahead.
Hi Alan, I was requesting if you could share the documentation link for that
Okay,
kernel documentation.
okay, sure. Let me just share it right
Thank
now.
you.
Okay. Okay, I think it's shared by Fred, so we good. Okay, so
Yeah, thank you.
okay, welcome. So from the previous session, I got to explain what are smart contracts. So just necessarily more of a recap of what we talked last time. It's more of an executable function that you want it to be automated. So now within here, now there are two primary options of smart contract development. So one will be within the command line interface, or we have another easier option for most of the contract developers who have been using Solidity and more of it. So I wouldn't prefer this option over here. It's kind of complex and too much technical, so I'll prefer this option, which I'll be explaining today. So, and then now quick start to our remix ID. Okay, so so we'll get to learn what is remix ID through Fred. Fred will head us through that route, but just more about an overview of remix. So remix, it's more of a web IDE that helps you to write your smart contract functionalities, get to deploy them on the website easily without having to go through the struggles of your terminal. So even if you are in Linux, Windows, or any type of operating system, it works comfortably for everyone. So also more about the MetaMask. So MetaMask, just simply you get to add its extension over here, and you can see as well I have my MetaMask extension over here, and it can be installed through any browser. So I have to admit, okay. Okay, so where was I? Yeah, so more about MetaMask. So this is where we get to interact with it, and simply it's an extension where you get to interact with more of the blockchain functionalities. When you talk about smart contracts, we deploy them on the blockchain, so this is where we interact with our smart contracts. And also we have the networks that we will get to be introduced by Fred. So which are the networks that we do work while integrating kernel also. Okay, so these are more of the preparation. So to get started, you must have MetaMask, and also Etherscan for verifying your smart contracts on Sepolia. So by this link, so I believe the link is very descriptive, and you can get to interact. Once you deploy your smart contract, you can just come and check if it's deployed on the blockchain state. Yeah, so this is how the states look like. So once you have your contract deployed, you get something that's called a contract address, and then now you come and you just search it over here, and you'll get to verify if your contract is deployed. Yeah, so let me head back to the documents. So also the Sepolia testnet, this is more of a way of getting to add your custom network on your MetaMask wallet. So over here within MetaMask, okay, welcome to the new guys. So I was back at adding your custom networks. So let me just head back to MetaMask, and so while talking about networks, you get just to switch. So currently I'm at Lisk Sepolia testnet. So you just come over this, hover over here, and why is it not working? Yeah, and then now just wait for it. Yeah, so from the docs we see it's a Sepolia testnet. So when I come over here, you can see also show test networks. So I'll just switch to this network, and you'll see that we have successfully switched to the Sepolia, which is under the Ethereum networks too. So also we have the faucets. So these are just like kinda example tokens. This is not more of real money. It's just kinda just fake money to test your smart contracts, because it's necessarily because you don't have to use your own money, because it will be costly and expensive. Okay, so also we have the Oasis Sapphire testnet. This is kinda hard to get, so let me just show you a quick easy way to add your, you just go over chain lists, and then now over chain lists, it helps us track all networks, and then now you can add it very easily on your MetaMask. So from this other side you can see it's Oasis Sapphire, so I can just even come and copy it as it is, and then I come, I place it there, and then I include the testnet, and you can see it has just popped up. So I'll just click it, I drop down, and then now I'll get to add it over here. So you can see add to MetaMask. So when I press it, my MetaMask will pop out over here, and then now I get to approve it. So we'll be using two networks. So one is Sepolia and then there is Oasis Sapphire. So and then when I come back, I get to log in to my MetaMask. You'll get to see the Oasis Sapphire. So yeah, I'm currently at the Oasis Sapphire. Okay, so yeah, this is more of just inputting the details about it manually, but I've shown you an easier way. So and then now we have the steps now for the smart contracts, where I'll just click this link and show how the Remix website looks like, and then now I'll hand it over to Fred to take us more about Remix and more about, we get to write a contract or get to see how a contract looks and get to register it on KRNL. So yeah, this is more how the Remix ID looks like, and as we wait for it to load. Okay, so hi Fred, are you ready on your end?